All right, guys, it's Easter, and I think that means we should bring out the bunny. We got milkshake oil and really old gas and Volkswagen mechanical fuel injection and a blown head gasket. See how it does. It's kind of beautiful when you think about it, because without the Mark I Golf GTI, the Fiesta ST probably never would have existed. I mean, it's not a GTI, but you know what I'm going for here. All right, let's see if we can crank it long enough to get it to start. Well, I did a bunch of wiring stuff to it that I didn't need to do because I just found 2 blown fuses, and apparently I'm that stupid. But we just needed to crank it a whole bunch, and it eventually started. Did you put the better ones on there?
Yeah, these were on there that time.
That might have been what it is, because those ones aren't very beefy. God, it's so loud.
It really is. I forgot how loud this thing was.
Yeah, it's stupid. I talk a lot of shmeep on Volkswagen CIS, but here we are once again, a year from the last time I drove it, and it's still going. Took a little convincing, but now it's running, so hopefully I don't kill it. Well, let's go for a ride. It's so loud. Oh yeah, I forgot it's got a crackle tune, which is just K-Jet fuel injection. Yeah. It gets so much louder. So it is worth remembering that this car has a blown head gasket, so we only have a little bit of time before it gets too hot to run. So let's get moving. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got steering again. Go autocross this bitch. Oh no. That guy in the also worth noting that, I mean, of course this car has plates and is registered and insured, but, you know, police just don't like how loud it is. Wow. Just kept going. Hold on, I gotta go back down to first so you can get the real crackle tune. No, no, no. Oh God. Pop starter oil. Don't die, don't die. Oh God. Good Lord. God. Good thing I got a new clutch. You know, a lot of the neighbors that don't live in this neighborhood anymore really didn't like me. And I feel like they didn't even get the brunt of it because a lot of it was the Volvo. The people who were here early when we moved in had to deal with this every single day. And if you're one of those people, I apologize, but only halfway. Alright, let's see if we can keep it alive. Alright, so for those of you who don't know what's going on here, this is a 79 Volkswagen Rabbit 4-door. It doesn't have the corner lights. This is the good front end that came with the square headlights and not the rounds, but still no corner lights. Only available 79 and 80. This is a 79, like I said. That in there is a JH Mark II 1.88 valve. Currently with a blown head gasket. So when it worked properly, it had like 85 horsepower. And right now it probably has a lot less than that. If you run it for too long, it just starts smoking. There's probably not even any coolant in it anymore. But that's fine. Because this is a Mark II 9A 16 valve that I have bored 20 thousandths over. We've got the crank in it. And a cool guy named Joseph Bruckner sent me some oil squirters. But unfortunately, those oil squirters have to come out. And I'm going to plug them. The only thing that, as a result, other than not having piston cooling from the squirters, is that you have higher oil pressure because each oil squirter has a ball bearing and it kind of acts like a pressure relief valve. But it won't clear. Oh God! Put that back on top of the Rabbit, I guess. It unfortunately won't clear. Oh, right there. The skirts of my Wiseco forged pistons. These are 11-to-1 compression ratio, and we have the rings all gapped and everything, and we already started putting them in. That's why there's bearings on the rods and everything. But unfortunately, like I said, it doesn't clear those oil squirters, so we had to pull everything back out. So the reason I think it's going to be fine to just plug those and have a little more oil pressure is this is the same bore and stroke as an ABA 8 valve, which is the Mark III 2-liter you find in the Golf and Jetta. And those don't have them at all. And people run those exact same rods and pistons because it's the same base bore and you bore it 20 thousandths over and it's the same rod length. It's basically the same block. So, yeah. We're just going to put it together. It's going in. This is mechanical injection, but it's being converted to EFI. I'm building a micro squirt harness like I just did for Ross's Volvo. It's just a matter of getting it all back together. when the engine's back in, there's still a lot to do. I still have to run fuel lines. Luckily, the electronic CIS fuel pumps are what people who do Volkswagen conversions to EFI or performance builds like Pat and Chris, I believe, both ran CIS e-pumps or CIS pumps until they went, way big turbo and way fast cars. But so this is a CIS pump, not a CIS e-pump. It's the one everyone wants. So we're gonna use the factory pump. The nice thing is that since it's a mechanical injection, there's like 12 wires in that entire engine bay, and most of them are for the headlights and the alternator. So I'll be able to dress it up pretty nice when we do the harness for this guy. But yeah, it's always nice to drive that car, even if it's slow and just ear-splittingly loud. It's seriously one of the loudest things I've ever heard that's not Ross's Wagon's two-step, because that is frustratingly loud. But yeah, once again, year-old gas and ancient Volkswagen mechanical injection technology, and it still chooches right along. So, yeah, happy Easter, everyone, if you celebrate Easter. It's just a rabbit, and it's Easter. I was like, that's a perfect excuse to fire this thing up and take it out for a drive. If you want to see a picture of your car featured at the end of one of my videos, send a picture of it to me at curseforeverhelp@gmail.com. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.